Mac here with another N4 grammar lesson. Today we're going to go over zuni and tahougaii. And you can use these two structures to give some advice to people or to talk about without doing something. And so to set up the situation, your friend is giving you some advice about your cold. You say, kaze o hite shimatta. And your friend responds, kaze ka hayaku netta hougaii desu yo. And you respond, hi. So first you said kaze, cold. O is the object marking particle. Hite is to catch a cold. This kind of co-locates with cold. Shimatta is you regrettably did something. So you regrettably caught a cold. Kaze ka, so your friend is asking, oh, it's a cold. Kaze is cold again. Ka is the question marking particle here. And then she says hayaku, so quickly. Netta, past tense of neru, which is to sleep. Hougaii is had better. So you had better go to sleep. And desyo makes it a little bit more polite. It's often used even in casual situations to give some advice. You could drop the des here to make it a little bit more casual though. And you respond hi, which is kind of an annoying way to say yeah, okay, I'll go do that. And your friend was using tahougaii, which is a way to give strong advice, had better or had better not. So key thing here to remember is it's verb in the simple past tense, the ta form, if you will, or negative verb in the present tense that you can use with this structure. Now you can use present tense verb, but it's just not very often used. And it has a little slightly different connotation, which I'm not really going to go into right now, but basically, this is most often used with the ta form in hougaii. To break this down, ho is way, ga is the subject marking particle, of course, and e is good. So this way, you're emphasizing this way, this direction is particularly good. It doesn't have to be used in a comparison, but it has a slight connotation of comparison. So, for example, here's another example sentence with a little bit. This is formal style, something that you might see on the test. Gasu no chikaku de tobacco o suanai hougaii desu yo. So, gas is gas, the propane gas, and chikaku is near, de is a particle marking where an action takes place. Tobacco is cigarettes, o is the object marking particle. Suanai is the negative form of su, which is to suck or to smoke a cigarette. Hougaii again is had better. Desyo is just making it more polite. So of course it's not a good idea to smoke around gas. Now, moving on. Next situation, you had a long day of recovery. Your friend asks you about your condition. She says, kibun wa do? So, and you respond, choto yoku natta, demo kino wa ie o dezu ni zutto terebi o mite ita. So, and she responds, taihen ne. So she's asking kibun, which is your feeling, your condition. Ki is like your spirit, bun is your portion. So your spirit portion. And do is how. So how is your condition today? How are you doing? In other words, you respond chotto, a little bit, yoku, which is good, well, nata, so I became a little bit better, and demo is but, kino is yesterday, wa is the topic marking particle, Ie is house, and o is object marking particle. Dezu ni. So deru is to go out. This zuni means without. So without going out. Zuto, the whole day. So terubi is television. O is object marking particle again. Mite ita is the past progressive tense of miru, to see. So I was seeing television all day yesterday without going out of the house, and I got a little bit better. And your friend responds, taihen ne? So that's a little serious. That's rough. You didn't do anything. You just sat around the house all day. And you used zuni, which is without doing something. And how you form this is you take the simple negative form of the verb, you lop off the nai and add zuni. There's one exception to this rule. For shinai, you need to change it to seizuni. Just suru is irregular. It's one of those oddball ones that you'll have to remember. This is something that may come up on the test. They may ask you to choose the correct form for suru to mean seizuni, or it might just show up in reading or something. So be careful. Take note of this. Here's another example. Dare ni mo sodan seizu ni shimashita. So dare is who. So nimo is ni is to someone. So we would use this with sodan because it's communicating. Sodan is consulting or getting advice from someone. You're communicating to someone, so we use the ni. Mo makes this anybody, so communicating to anybody, to consulting to anybody. Sodan again is consulting. Seizuni is without doing, so suru is usually translated as do. Here it's without doing, and then shimashita again, that's that you've regrettably done something. He's regrettably done something. So he did this thing, or I did this thing without consulting anybody. There's no subject here, so we don't know who's actually not consulting anyone. But he or I did it without consulting anyone. Is the meaning of this sentence. So you might recall that in N5 you learned naide, which also means without doing something. So these naide and zuni, they basically have the same meaning. However, naide is slightly more casual and can be used in slightly different situations. It's more of a command, of course, whereas zuni is slightly more formal, polite. But they essentially have the same meaning, especially when you're linking verbs together. So if you're linking two verbs together, and the first one is naide, it pretty much has the same meaning. But if you're, of course, giving some kind of command, you can't use zuni. So, you could say something like, sawanaide kudasai, don't touch this, or tabenaide kudasai, don't eat this food. That's you can only use naide, of course, for that structure. Whereas zuni, in zuni you can't use. You would have to use in part of a sentence with two verbs. So first verb zuni, and then some other verb after it. So that's basically the two differences between these two structures. So are you ready for a quick pop quiz here? can you translate this sentence? I took the test without studying. Took the test without studying. You would say, 勉強せずにテストを受けました. So, 勉強 is to study. Usually that takes the pseudo verb. So, again, it's irregular. You would change that to せずに. Testo is test, of course. O is object marking particle. Ukeru is to take a test. And we change this into the polite form ukemashita to mean I took the test without studying. And one last one. You had better have a little talk with Tom. You'd better have a little talk with Tom. That in Japanese would be Tomu to skoshi hanashi o shita hougaii desu yo. So Tomu is Tom. To is with someone. And skoshi is small. Hanashi is talk. The noun talk, not the verb. Of course, verb is hanasu. O is the object marking particle. Shita is the past tense of suru, and hougaii is had better. Desyo just makes the whole thing polite. So that's it. Today we talked about zuni without ing. Again, to form that, it would be take the nai form of the verb, lop off the nai, add zuni. With shinai, it's irregular. We have to use seizuni. And we also talked about tahougaii, had better or had better not. This is a past tense verb plus hougaii or verb nai, hougaii. Again, past tense is used for positive, but the present tense is used for the negative. That's it for this month's grammar lesson. If you know anyone that is studying for the N4 test, I'm sure they would love it if you help them out by sending a link to this video. You can do that by clicking the share button and share this with your fellow JLPTers. So stay tuned. We'll be posting another video just like this one in a couple of weeks. Thank you. This has been another grammar explanation video from the jlptbootcamp.com premium site. There at the site, you'll find a lot of other extra goodies. For example, all of my guides, including the JLPT Study Guide Kit, which will walk you through how to study for the JLPT, as well as how to build very effective mnemonics so that you can remember kanji and vocabulary the first time you see it. I also walk through how to formulate a good test-taking strategy so you know what units, what sections of the test to focus on to maximize your points and get the best possible score that you deserve. In addition to that kit, I also have grammar guides for the N5 and N4 levels. In those guides, I go over some common mistakes that people make, example test questions, extra practice with grammar points, lots of great stuff. That's available at jlptbootcamp.com/premium. I hope to see you very soon at the premium site. This has been Mac from jlptbootcamp.com.